You don't listen.
All right, Noah. I don't listen to nothing. I mean, what's new?
I'm gonna try to fix it,
Oh,
but you
man.
want to you sweat with it.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Whew, Lord of mercy. It's a good thing nobody shows up in these first few seconds, anyways.
They'll
we have
hear it on
we have
audio.
approximately zero viewers. Shoot. Yeah, oh yeah, they'll be able to hear it on the full podcast here. Um, let me jump on here and see us live. Oh yeah, here we are. Yep, and you can even hear me here. Perfect. Perfect. All right.
$5 operation here.
Gotta. Oh yeah, we're big time. Big time. All right. Well, that means we're back with what is this? Is this episode 52 of
I think
the
it's 52. Yeah.
Pit Chatter podcast? Yep. 52. Got a bunch of people. Got a hold on. Let me back up. Let me not say a bunch of people. There's several people chiming in on the chat here. I did get a little feedback, on us being live, from some people this past week that they just listen on the podcast, and they're like, well, sometimes we don't know what the comments say, and I've been trying to do a good job of reading the comments when I put them on the screen too, but apparently we don't do a great job at that.
Well,
And that's
we gotta
failure.
get better.
That's failure here. So
we gotta be professional Twitch streamers here now.
Yeah, well,
Jack, clip that.
We're not on Twitch, so
might as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, somebody out there listening, be great if you go check us out on the Pit Chatter Media TikTok, and let me know if we're on there live. I can't really pull it up at the moment, so go on there and check it out and tell me if we're live.
If
Just tell me
somebody
in the
comments and
I mean,
says your mic isn't working, it's a prank.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
they love
I don't
to
know
do
anything
that
about
on these
that,
live
so.
streams.
Yeah. Well, I know my mic's working because I listen to myself. Now your $3 Dollar General internet over there, I'm not real sure about.
I tried to fix it.
And you froze right there. You literally froze, and your audio came in late. That was great. Perfect timing.
I tried to fix it.
Perfect time. All right, Jesus, you want to go try to fix it real quick, and I'll go through the intro here while you go try to fix it. I'll take you off. Okay, how's that sound? All right. Pit Chatter podcast episode 52. This episode is brought to you by Yoder's Custom Meat Processing. And you know what they say. Noah's not here to say it, so I'm going to have to say it. Nobody beats his meat. Nobody beats Yoder's meat. Yoder's Custom Meat Processing, proud sponsor of the Pit Chatter podcast. If you need some meat, go see Lauren Yoder and take that for however you take that. I believe Noah is back. Brought him back up here. Maybe you got $4 internet now instead of $3 internet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Compliments of the Maggards. So if the internet don't work now, it ain't my fault.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll blame it. Listen, Lauren chimed in. He said not to let you back on. So
whatever.
I done screwed up. I'm losing my sponsorship right now because I let you on here. So
that's all right.
I mean, it is what it is. Dylan Maxwell says that Yoder's meat is the beat bacon ever. I think that meant best.
Beat
but
bacon.
We'll go with beat. We're talking about nobody beating his meat, and we just slipped up there. I think
can't beat that.
John Coe and Kent Chrisley and Christina Maggard all in here. I don't know what that was right there. Hopefully you still got me there, Noah. I don't know what the heck was going on my screen there. Anyways, so episode 52, got a little bit to talk about tonight. Racing, going on a little bit of everywhere but here. South Boston did have a big practice this past weekend. Looked like he had quite a few cars out there. I never did see any times or anything. I never went to look either, so not 100% sure about all that. How what'd you do this weekend?
Oh, I was down there at the old Franklin County Raceway, just hanging
Oh, you was
out.
down there in the mist, hanging down in the
Yeah,
mist. Yeah. That's what
yeah.
it did at Ararat too. We were supposed to get our employees together, and I had several mess me. I didn't think y'all would be out there because it was raining. I mean, it really wasn't raining. I mean, I guess it sort of was. I mean, it was wet, but it wasn't really raining.
Man, I've heard of fair weather fans. You got fair weather employees.
I got fair weather wannabe employees. Okay.
They said, "No, I don't work in the rain, buddy. Good luck."
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually when it's raining at a dirt track, you can't do much there. There ain't much. There's no drying the track. There might be some running the track in at some point or another, but it ain't the best situation for sure.
Yeah.
Although I will say, they talked about they didn't show up because it was raining, and we had a guy there working with the skid steer and his dump truck, and it was doing so little, raining, misting, whatever, that you could see the dust on top of his on top of his dump truck. There wasn't even mud. It was just dust.
I thought you was going to say he turned a lap in the dump truck.
No, if he'd turned a lap in the dump truck, he'd probably turned that thing over as rough as that thing is right now. There's piles of dirt everywhere where they've been moving it, and that would not be a good plan. So
got to pack it down somehow.
I mean, we're going to get on that this weekend. Hopefully, by the end of this weekend, we'll be. I'm gonna say 65% ready to do something. So maybe 70%.
Those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, we got Kevin Litton Jr. here jumping in. I had to add that one since he said you messed him up Saturday.
I didn't mess him up. He messed himself up. He about messed his brand new car up.
Yeah. I mean, what was there? Somebody stopped in front of him? He went running to the back of him or what?
No, where his car about fell apart. He got lucky. Josh was on the outside of the fence helping Timmy mess with the speakers, and they waved him in. They said his left front was about to fall apart on him.
Oh, wow. That'll happen. That'll happen with them new cars sometimes.
Yep. Got to shake it down.
You never know what you're getting. Yep, that's for sure. That is for sure. Did you see the wrecker flip this past weekend?
I didn't see the wrecker flip. I saw the side by side.
Okay, you seen the side by side.
Yeah. I didn't see the wrecker though.
Yeah, that was the wrecker was right interesting. They went to turn in, I guess, on like a turn back into the pits, and it hung on the guardrail there and just flipped her right on over. I've seen that happen once before. That happened at SxS Speedway. Red Justice, the now late Red Justice, he rolled her on over down there at SxS Speedway. Fun times.
Most I've seen is when the pace car blew a tire last year.
It did not blow a tire. It had rubber stuck in there. It did not blow a tire.
Whatever. It something happened.
That was interesting. I'm telling you, man, at these racetracks, and it's all of them, you never know what the hell's going to happen. I mean, anything can happen. It's crazy. It's crazy the things that can happen in a night. John Coe jumping in here. He said that him and Kent and Jamie made the first lap since 2021 on foot at Ararat. Well, he's wrong. Junior got credit for the first lap. Okay, he ran a lap of 23 seconds around the track. At least that's what the guy told him, that he ran 23 seconds. I don't know that he actually timed him because that sounds too fast.
That's a pretty fast lap on foot.
I'm just saying. I think Jamie and Kent and John, I think they made a lap of about 4 hours. I think it's how long it took them to go around there.
I'd love to see an average speed on that lap.
Yeah, it wasn't hitting on much, that's for sure. That is. Kevin Litton wants to know if you got lap times for him from Saturday.
Don't worry about it.
Go 19.265. That's as fast as we got right there. 19,265.
Damn.
But he
he's
said his
coming
car
all the way
is.
from
He said his
Ararat.
car is at least. He said his car is at least faster than Jamie Chrisley's. Man, this thing's like lagging on me and not posting my comments correctly here. So, oh man.
The
Anyways,
wonders of live broadcasting.
well, the wonders of two idiots live broadcasting. I mean, you know, it happens.
You the one running this thing. I'm just sitting here.
Hey. Well, exactly. You're not doing anything to help. See, that's the problem.
What do you want me to do?
You
Run
got
over to your
producer
house real
abilities
quick
over
and
there.
help you fix this?
I'd prefer you didn't. I would really prefer you didn't. So, Kenny Lang says we have two faces for radio. I mean, I don't. He says that every time. I don't know why.
He just wants us to know.
He acts like he's prettier than we are, and I just don't think so.
No, I got hair, so I'm default better than you two.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get a little older, you'll have hairs places you don't want them. So it happens.
That's the price of doing business.
Man, did you check? Yeah, I already know the answer to this. I was about to ask you a really stupid question. I was going to ask you if you checked out any of the North Carolina Speedweek from Southern National this past week, but it wasn't on Flow. You didn't see it.
Nope, sure didn't.
Man, Doug Barnes Jr. took home the Speedweek, championship. Gosh, I don't know why his name slipped my mind. Jared Fryer won the first two races, I think, and then Doug Barnes won the next three and won the championship. Those two guys were like the class of the field down there in the late model division. Nobody really had anything for them. Not, I don't like to knock anybody, but there was not very good racing. It was very follow the leader all week long down there at Southern National. So it's probably a good thing you missed it.
You say that all the time. You just a Southern National hater is what it is.
Man, I love Southern National, okay? But, I mean, it's true. Hey, I want you to check out this comment right here. John Coe, he wants you to do the truffle shuffle, okay?
I'll do it when he does it. How about that?
Listen, and I got something to add to that, and we'll see if people agree about this. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Let's see. All right, I'm 100% positive that. Let's see how this works. I'm not even sure how this works. Hold on. Oh, right there.
Who's that?
Is that Noah Hinchee? Is that Noah Hinchee? That's the dude from the Goonies that does the truffle shuffle right there. I mean,
I couldn't
is that
see.
Noah
The face was
Hinchee
cut
or
off.
not? I mean, is that Noah
be.
Hinchee or not? I
Could
mean,
be.
it sure as hell looks like it.
That might be my dad.
I'm
How old is that kid now?
Jesus Christ. I mean, it could be. Y'all look a lot alike.
I'm going to have to ask my mother some questions.
Wow. You should. You should, for sure.
Oh, great. Now we're
let me see if
streaming with
Oh.
them.
Holy smokes.
Lord
man,
have mercy.
I don't even know how to get this off of here. Okay, hold on a minute.
Oh, my word. This is going off the rails quick.
Oh, my God. Let's see what happens. Oh, here we are. We're back. We're back. Oh, my God. Christina Maggard jumped in. She said, that's mommy's little meatball.
Yeah.
I love having your family watching this. It's freaking great.
They want to put meatball on my windshield of my race car.
I mean, if you hadn't retired, they could have.
I had to veto that one.
Oh, my God. Terry Radford's taking it too far, okay? He said that he's trying to get you in a bikini.
Yeah, I bet he is.
That right there is too much. Way
Sounds
too
a little
much.
fruity if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean,
a little creative, if you get what I'm saying.
Listen, I'm not sure what all is wrong with Terry, okay? There's a laundry list of things that's wrong with him, and I'm not sure if that's one of them or not. So Lord
He's
have
awfully
mercy.
keen to see me in a bikini. That's all I know.
It's not looking good. Not looking good. So he thinks he's funny though. So I mean, I guess that's important. So
Yeah, he's a regular old comedian.
got one of our sponsors here at Ararat jumping in here. Travis Covey. Got TC Construction. He's here in the chat. Glad you're watching. Hopefully, I'll have the Ararat podcast recorded tonight, man. It's been you asked me beforehand, Noah, about man, where was it at? You know, you were trying to find it this morning, and whew, man, I've had a week, and we ain't even halfway through yet. So
You were messing with my OCD. Where I'm in the truck all day. I have a very specific podcast schedule throughout the week.
Yeah.
And you messed the schedule all up.
Well, hopefully I can keep you off schedule and put it up tonight, and have it.
I had to go find a substitute for the day.
Yeah. Well, what'd you listen to?
I don't even remember.
So
Joe Rogan. That's what I was listening.
You were probably listening to the voices in your head. I mean, that was probably good enough.
I was having a podcast with myself in the truck.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I wonder if that went good.
I think it went pretty good. Feedback was pretty good on it.
Right.
Unfortunately, with the camera in the truck, they want to have an HR meeting with me now. But other than that,
they probably figured out a long time ago that you had a lot of mental issues and that they were in for it. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, probably the first trip, you probably didn't even know the camera was there.
Yeah, that camera's seen some stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, we don't want to see it for sure. We do not want to see it. Jeremy Gerstner picking up the win in the modified race this past weekend. Man, it was good to see them. That was not a smart modified race. That was just a open race for the track for Caraway Speedway. Good to see them have a good car count down there for that. I think they had 16, I believe is what it was. That's a good car count for a non-tour race.
Oh yeah, especially in a big car like that.
Well, and it shows that you can, because there's a lot of people. I've had these conversations with other promoters over the last 2 years, and a lot of them have been like, "Well, I don't think you can have your own show. I think you got to have the Smart Modified Tour." And I think that shows that while the Smart Modified Tour is fantastic, I don't think you have to have them.
Yeah.
So, talked about South Boston a little bit earlier. Having their open practice this past weekend, man. They'll have the Smart Modified Tour this weekend. The King of the Modifieds, $20,000 to win this weekend. I know you said that on the last show you were talking about going, and you talked all these big things about all these big races that you were going to, but I'm guessing you done petered out on this one.
No, I'm still trying to go. I need to find somebody to go with me.
Well, I mean, Terry Radford. Listen, if you wear the bikini, Terry Radford will take you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
I mean, that's all the only requirement you got. You need a bikini and some Pepsis, and he's in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold his hand. Everybody's gonna know I'm with him.
Lord have mercy. Well, King of the Modified Race. That's a big one. Luke Baldwin won it last year. Who you think? You've been watching a little bit of these modified races now that you got Flo finally, and you've seen the ones at Franklin County. Who you think on the tour is going to be strong this weekend at South Boston?
I don't know. It usually seems to be mostly the same guys. I'd love to see old Polly Hartwig the third up there. Yeah, I mean, if he could go out there and win that King of the Modified race, that'd be dope. But yeah, the Baldwin's always up there. Ryan Newman, he's kind of hit or miss. He either rides in the middle of the pack, or it seems like he wins the race. So who knows what the hell he's gonna do?
He's not been very good so far this year.
No, but he'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I mean, I'm thinking that Carson Lofton, he's not full time. I'm thinking he's going to be the man to beat this weekend.
Yeah, he was the man to beat for most of last year.
Yep. Terry Radford said that you can be his date. I'm not gonna post that comment, but you can be his date. No Pepsi though. He doesn't like blue cans. He only likes red ones. So
Yeah, because that makes sense.
I mean, you got Austin Williams. I think he thinks if we don't post his comment here that we didn't see it, but we definitely seen it. Got Austin Williams. He said it's about time to cut the mop. Start calling you Nicole.
I agree.
So you're going to cut your hair?
Yeah, I'm a procrastinator. I just,
okay.
With the propane business, I'm just now slowing down. I never have time. I don't know when I'm gonna get off.
Got your mother-in-law in here.
The boss lady.
Yeah, the boss. Yep, for sure. Jacob Gerald joining us. Got a bunch of people in here today. I don't know what the heck they came for. I mean, we ain't offered them nothing good yet today.
The frizzy glizzies.
I mean, although I think Lauren, took his sponsorship, and I think he left the whole, thing here when I put you back on camera.
Whatever. He's gonna have to look at me all race season, so he better get used to it.
Oh Lord, you listen. You're thinking that he's going to show up all race season. I'm putting my money on him showing up for about 3 races, and y'all being on your own for the rest of them. Okay, he's going to find him a boat and be gone.
I can race direct. A monkey could do that job. Easiest job at the racetrack.
We've got a little more Ararat sponsorship here. Travis Covey says that he bets that we can get 20 plus modifieds for the first race at Ararat. Gotta hope you're right. If we get 20 modifieds, he will sponsor a $500 8-lap dash for cash for the top 8 qualifiers. Listen, I'm all in. I'm all in. Okay.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be great. It'll be great. Yeah, I think the modifieds are going to be strong, man. That's my at Franklin County, last year and the last several years, had been the the stock 4s were always the strongest class, pretty much. And I think that'll probably continue to be close to so. I think the mini stocks are going to be really strong there. But man, the modifieds seem to be the class on dirt right now, especially at Ararat and around Ararat that is going to be really, really, really strong. So looking forward to that and appreciate that, Travis. We'll definitely keep that in mind. That'll be awesome. So been I guess the track's been shut down for a couple days, getting some work done. What do you got there? I mean, we're going to eventually get some information about the track out of you that we can't get anywhere else.
Well, I've finally been showing up down there.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing because I've been wondering if they were going to get any work out of you this year at all.
I held a rope for Timmy like 2 weeks ago. I tested out the microphone on Saturday. I was doing stuff. Mostly I just come down there to screw around. But yeah, they in 1 and 2 they put a long patch in there. Fixed up where that track in the second groove up top was really starting to fall apart.
Oh, it was. I mean, it was on the verge of it last year.
Yeah, it was getting bad. I just noticed that, like I was telling you before we started recording on Saturday when we were trying to dry the track. And I was like, man, this is pretty rough up here. And lo and behold, that's what they cut out and were patching. They got them a long, skinny patch in like you had put in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. So, and that's held up pretty well. So,
oh man, that thing's been great. That thing has been great.
I remember we took some of the first laps on it. That thing was about slicker than duck snot, but once it modifies, because I remember, didn't you put it in before the smart mods?
Listen, we literally had a race on the Saturday before, took it out on Sunday, put it back in on Monday, and had them on it on Thursday testing. And we had like the 602 mods there testing on Thursday, and they raced on it Friday. And I was scared man, I'm gonna tell you, I was scared like crap because them 602s, with those F45 tires on, they weren't, they didn't have enough grip to really grip and get some rubber on the track. And so I was scared when the smart modifieds went out. They were the first practice, and I was like, boy, this is going to be sketchy right here. But man, they went out and did a great job. They rubbered that thing up, and I mean, they all raved about how good it was. And I'm sure it'll be the same with this. You'll get some rubber in there. It's probably going to be a little sketchy for all the cars that are going around there. Aside from the stock fours, it won't be sketchy for them, but everybody else, it might be a little sketchy for.
Yeah, I know the last time, the first practice I went out there, as soon as my right front touched it, it just said nope, and it just moved like 6 inches up the track to get at it. But after the modified race, after they had laid that rubber down
It
on
was
it,
golden.
you couldn't even notice.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
the
It was
modified guys
good.
said
So
they noticed it for about a lap, and then it was good.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I assume it. Obviously, we ain't got the modifieds to lay rubber on it immediately, so it might take a little
yeah,
bit longer. But once it gets some
yeah,
rubber on it, you won't even notice it's there.
yeah. I think you get a couple late models out there, it'll be good to go from there, for
Yeah.
sure. Your compadre here, Jacob Gerald, he said he tested out the microphone after you left, so now it's going to work good because he's been on it.
Yeah, he came out there. He was hanging out with old
Yep,
Dennis
yep.
Holder and them.
Kevin Litton wants to know how much it's going to take to drive your car.
More than you have. We'll leave it at that.
Oh man. Jason Weber says we should bring the American Big Rig Racing to Ararat. I actually have priced that out. That is not something we can do this year for sure, but I have priced that out. Maybe if we're there next year, I only have a 1-year deal, so if I'm there the next year, we may do that. So we'll see.
Now
We'll see what
that I
happens
would
there.
come out for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna get you down there anyways. I mean, I'm gonna
Oh,
find
I'll
you.
probably be there opening night. I'll come see
Yeah,
what you got going on down there.
we gotta get you to a dirt track for sure. I mean, Natural Bridge is the only dirt track you've been to. So your brother checking in here says lots of improvements being completed for opening day. We've got to get you working on them, Josh. We got to get you
Post the
doing some
picture
work.
down there in the comments so everybody can see it. He's
And I
got the
don't
pictures
know.
he took.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can actually see the photos on the screen here
I don't
without
think
me
we
trying to
can, but
load
they
them up.
should be able to.
Yeah, they should be able to. So, yeah, for sure. We got a little bit of track work. Speaking of track work, we got a little bit done at Ararat this past weekend. Going to get a whole lot more of it done this weekend, I hope. Like I said, we should be 65% ish of the way ready. I mean, the track surface should be 100% ready by the end of this weekend, I think, unless we get a hiccup here or there between now and then. Hoping to get some walls painted maybe this weekend too. Got Jamie Chrisley. He come down and checked out the track. Him and Kent came down this past weekend, checked out the track. Said they would help us with some painting. Got him a paint sprayer, so hopefully he can make it down this weekend, like we talked about. And I'm gonna go get some paint tomorrow and try to be ready for that. So hopefully we'll be getting things dialed in there. It's good to see both both these tracks coming to life here.
Yeah, once you get the surface all smoothed out, you got to make sure Google takes their satellite over and retakes a picture.
I think it's
You
like
look
another
it up
year
on
before they
Google,
do that.
it does not
Oh
look
my!
great.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That's what it looked like, before they started. It
Yeah.
was rough, and there was a lot of bad dirt out there. Yeah, it was not good at all. John Campbell chiming in with what was actually going to be our next topic here. Anyways, he said, "How about Josh Berry winning in Vegas this weekend? Pretty awesome." Yeah, for sure, man. Josh Berry, a guy who I thought was probably going to be a lifelong, Philip Morris, Lee Pulliam, type late model driver. He got an opportunity, man, to go run in the Xfinity Series with Junior Motorsports, and man, he sure has made the most of it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always good to see that old Woods brother car in the in victory lane. But I didn't know much about his late model stuff because, he had moved up by the time I really got into racing.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and man, he's got a hell of a late model resume.
I mean, I forget when I'm talking to you sometimes that you're 13 years old and didn't know anything about racing until like last year. So
It's been like 2 years.
yeah.
I'm getting involved slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know much about him and late model stuff, and I looked it up, and I was on Wikipedia, and I was like, holy hell.
Yeah.
He's done won everything.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, he won a motor mile, track championship, won a Hickory track championship, won the national championship, got wins in every major race pretty much that exists. The Thanksgiving Classic, Martinsville, everything, man. I mean, the dude won, dang near every, car store race. He's done a great job in that, obviously. And then, once he got the opportunity, he has taken full advantage of it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he's doing a hell of a job.
Another Ararat racer, Shane Tuttle, he's checking in. He's just got motor in his car, and hopefully we'll get some practice going here in the next couple of weeks. I built myself a long runway. I think I've said this before. I built myself a long runway to my season opener, and some days I wake up and I'm like, man, it's just too long. You know what I mean? But here I am now. We're 6 weeks out, I think, 7 weeks out, whatever it is, 6.5 weeks, and I feel like I'm running out of time. So it's not good. And you guys are on. You guys are even further down. Y'all are what? 21 days ahead of me for an opener. So y'all are definitely running out of time.
Yeah, it's go time down there. They've been down there just about every day.
Yeah.
I guess Daryl today, he said he needed a break. He wasn't going down there. But other than that, since he got back off that boat, he's been down there with Timmy every day.
Well, it's a lot harder than people think to be at the track every day and be working every day. It's a lot harder than people realize. I mean, there's just so many things that need to be done, and the place any of them they'll wear on you after a while, man. You got to take a break.
There's a lot of thankless work down there too. Like I was talking to Jordan about it. Like it's something like fixing the bathrooms. People just go, oh, cool, the toilets are working again. But they don't realize how many days worth of work it was just to get a flushing toilet back working properly again. And you just have a ton of little things like that people don't even really notice until it's not working.
Yeah, they have no freaking idea. No freaking idea. No doubt about it. Terry Radford, he said he's got an 86 F-150 4x4 he'd love to test on the dirt track. Listen, I've got the perfect opportunity for you. May 24th, the day after the Smart Modifieds are at Franklin County. You come down to Ararat, and we're going to have spectator drags on the dirt, okay? So, perfect opportunity. Bring the old 86 F-150 out. What do you think, Noah?
I see a rollover in his future.
Listen, if there's anybody that could do it, it's him. I got faith in him.
We saw what happened when Cletus put a bunch of trucks on a dirt track.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
Christina says that y'all are having meetings on Tuesdays. They don't include you, so you don't know about it, but they do meetings on Tuesdays, so they don't take days off, okay?
Sorry. Jeez, I thought it was important.
No, definitely not.
No.
Got my wife chiming in. She said all the Ararat racers are having to check us out tonight because we took the night off from doing the podcast last night. She says I've had her working too hard in the sweatshop. There's orders in queue and there's not enough of them done, so I haven't been working her hard enough. Apparently,
if she wants to eat tonight, she better get in there and print some shirts out.
For sure. Misty said there's never enough time to get it all done when you hold a day job as well. I don't care if you have a day job or not. It ain't going to make any difference. There is still not enough time. You could be down there 24/7 and it is not going to matter. For sure. Larry Ross checking in says that wants to know if there's any rumors on Motor Mile Speedway. I mean,
The
you're
rumor
good
I
for a
heard was
rumor, Noah.
it was being turned into a landfill or something. That's a rumor I heard.
Soccer fields is what I heard, but it is, legit, talking about. But I've also talked to some people that have, talked to the new guy that's in charge of, sports marketing or whatever it is, and he's talking about building a, thing about the history of the Speedway and all this other stuff. So maybe there's some opportunity there, man. We talked about last week, I believe it was. We talked about Southside Speedway coming back. If that place can come back after being shut down for the last 4 years and being left for dead with the, city, taking over ownership and all, hey, man, any place could come back. Motor Mile could be back, before the end of the year. You just never know.
Yeah, I hope it does because that's a really nice facility to just leave sitting.
It is for sure. Shane Tuttle says, all of us racers appreciate what you're doing to make Ararat great again. Listen, I appreciate it. Hopefully we can make it great again. I don't know, that's the goal. We'll see what happens. I'm not trying to put the cart before the horse here. So
you gotta make the hats, make Ararat great again.
I mean, that would be you're right. Do need that. John Campbell says it takes dedication to make a track run and be successful for a season. Yep, for sure. Man, we even got your hero, your one of your heroes is in here talking about one of your other heroes, Nathan Wheat. That's the wrestler Nathan Wheat. That's not the racer Nathan Wheat. That's the wrestler.
The Wheat is here, baby.
that is the wrestler. He's here. He said that Wes and Ryan, time to get a drag race car ready. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Can you imagine the show those two idiots would put on dirt?
I don't know. I know Ryan at practice on Saturday went out in his Acura with Keyshawn in the legend car. He just pulled out there. I was like, what are we doing here? And I tell you what, he done did some work on it since last spectator drag season. That thing is nasty.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll bring that on down. I don't know if he'll put that on dirt or not, but we got to find him a car for him to run on dirt for sure.
Oh, I'm sure he'll bring something.
Ryan is a show all by himself. He doesn't need any help.
Yeah. I've grown pretty fond of Ryan, even though the first time I met him, he tried to wreck my ass.
Well, I mean, listen, his job is to entertain. Okay, you were in the way.
Nobody informed me.
Well, I mean, you should have checked. You should have talked to somebody. Okay. Terry Radford says he doesn't want to race it, so big letdown. I mean, the guy ain't got enough guts to race it. I don't know what happened here. He wants to put a lap around it and see how fast he can go. So. Doodle Lang chiming in said those are definitely rumors. Well, that's all we got at this point. I mean, unless you know some facts that we don't know anything about, that's all we got. So,
Coparts is always an option.
Yeah, well, sadly, the location of the racetrack. I mean, that would probably make a great location for a Copart. I mean, sadly, that is true. Lord have mercy.
We're about to piss all the Motor Mile guys off.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm not saying that should happen. I definitely don't want that to happen. But that sadly, that is a place that would make a great location for a Copart.
Hopefully not.
That's what it is.
Copart's like the Copart is the boogeyman of racetracks.
It is. I had a racer a couple of years ago tell me, said, man, I used to buy from Copart. I won't buy anything from them anymore. They're buying up all the racetracks and shutting them down. I don't want to support them.
Yeah, they're ruining everything.
For sure. All right. So what else you got? I know you brought some goodness to the podcast this week. You're always leaving me hanging. I'm always bringing all the topics. I know you brought at least one this week.
I watched the Car Store West this weekend.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to talk about that because, listen, this dude gets flow for the first time, and he has decided he's watching every race on there. It don't matter.
I'm getting my
what
damn
it
money's
is.
worth.
Oh, yeah, you are definitely getting your money's worth. I mean, you're texting me the other night about this race as if I'm watching it with you, okay? And I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about, but I'll respond.
It was pissing me off, is what it was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I saw Kitts Miller was over there, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing in California?
Dude, when you're that rich, you go race wherever you want. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Still, I don't know if I could justify going all the way out there.
I mean, that's a hell of a ride for sure. Hell of a ride. Here you go. Here's good question for you because you can actually answer this. Michael Shane said they said they're putting in new intercoms in. Has that happened yet?
Define new. What does new mean?
Listen, one new part determines that it's new. Okay.
Well, then it's new. No, it's been. I don't know if it's completely done yet, but that's part of what I was doing on Saturday. I was helping Timmy test out all the speakers and stuff, and I can tell you right now, it sounds 10 times better than it did in the past few years.
Yeah.
They've run all new wires and stuff to all the.
I think
all the
that was the key to
speakers.
it's the wire. I think the wires was a big part of the problem.
Yeah, they've run all new wire, and it sounds clear now. Like before, it kind of sounded staticky or almost like it was through a filter or something. But it's great now.
John Coe said he's glad that Ararat BullRing's coming back and glad to see Franklin County Raceway, Virginia's asphalt. I'll never get used to saying that. You done lost me. Both great tracks, 100%. I mean, I can't disagree with him.
Hopefully, there's plenty of money going around to both of them.
Doodle Lang, he's trying to spend your future wife's inheritance. Okay.
Yeah, you better stop that.
He said that Timmy needs to bite the bullet and buy Motor Mile. It's turnkey and ready to go. Well, it's turnkey is a very interesting term for that. I do not believe that would be the case. Now, while it is in much better shape overall, turnkey would not be a term I would use to describe that place at the moment.
Look, I think Motor Mile is a little too high class for Timmy. He might not feel at home there.
Right.
He's going to be sitting in this nice VIP booth. It's got like air conditioning. It's got TVs in there, a butler. And he's going to be like, what are we doing here?
You mean he didn't have that last year?
I guess he did, but.
I don't know. The butler wasn't there and the TVs weren't there.
No, we didn't have a butler and a TV.
Yeah. But I mean, he could have.
Maybe he'll hire one this year.
John Campbell wants to know how many Legends cars are on board to run this year. It's a good question for you.
As far as I know, 2, which they aren't talking to me. That's just the 2 I know. That's the weak cars. So
yeah.
That's all I got. I'm sure there's a lot more that have talked to Timmy or whatever, but I don't know. I haven't talked to him about Legend cars.
Gotcha. Jason Weber chiming in. He says County Speedway, the dirt track, is back open. I believe their first race is this weekend. I believe that's Brasstown, North Carolina. That is not the same as the Tri-County Motor Speedway in Hudson. Is it Hudson? Yeah, I think so. Lenore, North Carolina, whatever it is down there. But it's good to see them back open too. That was a track that Ray Cook had previously operated. Got some new life in there. Jody Freeman says there was no snakes. I'm assuming he means in the tower. Talking about the VIP. Maybe that's Motor Miles, no snakes, or I'm not sure.
Well, either one. There's no snakes anymore.
All right, here we go. Here's your good question for you. Michael Shane wants to know, can we look forward to more drivers this year?
Yeah, sure. You can look, you can look forward to whatever you want. No, it's fine. I don't know what happened. The mini stocks are like showing up in force this year.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know at least for the mini stocks, you can expect quite a few, not new guys, but maybe returning. I know we do have one new guy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that haven't been there in a long time that have been running, Motor Mile or not running at all or whatever. The mini stock has got some new life.
Yeah, yeah. So you expect new drivers or more drivers in mini stock. That's what you're telling us.
I'll say more on average.
Okay. How about other divisions, man? What's your expectation?
I don't know, because the two practices I've been to, nobody has showed up except for mini stocks.
Yeah.
And Chrisley in his car.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you.
That place is hard to judge off of practice. A lot of racetracks have like just overwhelming, open practices at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That has never really happened there, and no matter who was running the track, it's never really been the case where that big open practice happens. Never really that I can remember from any year. So,
well, even on the practices we would have before race night on a Friday night, even if there was a tremendous car count the next day, nobody showed up for practice.
I know it's weird, man. That place is weird from that standpoint. It just, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know why that is. You go to all these other racetracks and the practices are huge, and Franklin County's not that place, and it never will be. I don't think.
I've never seen a busy practice down there. Maybe once.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a few. Man, 2020. The throwout year. Where things were weird. Man, we had some incredible practices the night before a race. But that was it. I mean, that's really the only times that's ever happened.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's strange how that works. Michael Shane said, "Awesome. My kids love coming and watching race day every weekend." John Campbell chiming in said, "We need more fans in the stands for this year." Well, that's listen. Every racetrack hears that, feels that, and would like to experience that. So, how that's going to happen, I have no idea.
Yeah, hopefully we get them.
What from Franklin County specifically? What are you doing to get more fans? What's the plan? How do you draw them in? Are you in on enough of this? I mean, we need to talk to your girlfriend, because she knows all the answers to this.
Well, I know they're trying to make it more family oriented this year, where you can bring the kids and the grandparents. I believe they're going to have a family section where it's no cussing, no smoking, no drinking, mind your manners.
Who's enforcing that?
I don't know. We're gonna get Dwayne with his broken skull over here.
Jesus.
He's
I knew you were going there.
Ripping people's cigarettes out their mouth. But yeah, and I know on like me and Terry's end, I'm seeing them, the group chat's going nuts right now. We're trying to come up with all kinds of ideas for social media and all kinds of stuff we can do to just try to bring as many people in as we can. I
mean, I ain't gonna lie. I thought, man, and we had a great last year. Our TikTok was probably one of the best in racing. And we had a lot of people on there and a lot of good stuff on there and a lot of viral videos. And I thought maybe, some of that would translate, and it never did. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you got to do I don't know what you got to do. I mean, you just got to work hard at it, I guess. Patrick Barnes says that he can't wait to get practice in this weekend. I'm not sure. I know they were talking about running Natural Bridge, so I'm not sure if they're talking about going to Natural Bridge to practice or if they're talking about Franklin County. Not 100% sure. Misty chiming in said want to keep the track going as much as they can. Don't want to see this be another lost track. Well, I mean, it could easily become that for sure. More drivers, more action equals more fans. I like what you're thinking. It don't work like that. If it worked like that, Motor Mile would be wide ass open right now. They had more cars than anybody, and plenty of action on a regular basis. If it worked like that, right now they'd be banging. Doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Jody Freeman says Franklin County, Virginia, no cussing or drinking, with a laughing
Just
emoji.
a small section.
Is that going to be like just one family, like 4 people?
It's going to be 2 families, a pastor.
Oh God!
We're going to get Whitey down there. He's going to preach a sermon to him.
Yeah. Patrick Barnes says they finally got the car ready and they are going to Natural Bridge to practice this weekend. I believe Austin Williams is going to Natural Bridge this weekend. Natural Bridge they had to practice this past weekend, and we didn't mention that earlier. They had to practice this past weekend, had quite a few cars, I believe 24, 25 cars, if the entry list of cars on My Race Pass was correct. That's about what they had this past weekend, which is, I mean, it's a good turnout. I mean, it's a really good I don't think they dealt with the misting. I've seen pictures and videos from up there. They didn't deal with any of that misting that you guys had at Franklin County and I had over at Ararat too. So I guess that worked out in their favor. Michael Shane said more promotion. Maybe I'm sure that they intend to do all kinds of promotions. I mean, I can probably speak for them in saying that they have all kinds of stuff that they would like to do. It just depends on. It just depends on what draws people. The things that used to draw people don't draw people anymore. The things that used to draw race cars don't draw race cars anymore. Man, when I started at Franklin County in 2013, 2014, I could, bump the purse up a little bit and you'd draw North Carolina guys and, South Boston guys and all these other guys with just a little bit of money. A couple $100 to $1,000, whatever it was, man, you could draw in some more cars. And that did increase fan counts, it seemed like, when you get those other people in there. Today's racing ain't like that. The racer ain't like that. The fan ain't like that anymore. I mean, overwhelmingly, I watch, all these racetracks and all these races that I've seen on streaming. And many of them got very good crowds. Southern National last week had absolute terrible crowds. And I know, Noah, you feel like I'm throwing off on Southern National. I'm not. I think it's everybody. I mean, but that's a good example. And I don't know that Caraway had that great of a crowd this past weekend from what I could see. I don't know. I don't know what the answer to getting more people in the stands are. I mean, we're all obviously going to work on it as hard as we can, but we'll see.
Whatever Langley Speedway's doing with the destruction tour, that's what you got to. They pack the house every time they have one of them.
They do, and those worked at Franklin County for a little while. They were in 2017 when we had them, and then again in 2020 they were really good. In 2021 when they were okay, and then they just kind of fell off. And I got a lot of reasons why I think that might have been, but I don't know. Jody Freeman says 2 families, they'll be feuding before the second feature in the family section. Okay.
Well, they're going to have to get out of the family section then.
John Campbell says, where are racers going? Are they running in North Carolina instead of Virginia? They're just not racing. I mean, you take the Motor Mile group, for example, as an overall, the majority of them haven't raced at all. Track's closed. We just sat at home. And I think that's what happens more times than not, in these deals. I mean, I think, sometimes I think you think, man, if this track over here closes down, well, this track over here is going to do better. And that's never really the case. They may pick up a car or 2 or 3, but they never really do that much better. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why that is.
I will never understand that.
I won't either. Michael Shane wants to know if you think they'll ever do season passes at the old Franklin County Raceway.
I don't know. Call the track fund. Call Timmy up. Ask him. I'm sure you can work something out. Maybe.
Yeah, we've I think we offered one last year, I believe, or the year before, and I think we sold one. So, wasn't really worth the time to do so. So, I don't know. But things change year to year. Management group to management group. Who knows?
Yep.
Who knows? All right, Noah, putting you on the spot. I already asked you about South Boston, but I'm going to ask you again. Are you going to South Boston Saturday?
If I can get somebody to go with me, I will.
All right. We're sending Kent Chrisley with you. Since Terry Radford won't drink no Pepsis with you, we're going to send Kent Chrisley with you.
All right. Works for me. As long as he don't mind the bikini I'm wearing.
That's scary. It's scary. Jody Freeman says that Ace and South Boston race on opposite weekends or nights as Franklin County. It's great, he thinks. Love to see them draw off of each other's for fans and car counts. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a car or two in a division or two. Man, back in the day, if that would have been the case, man, you'd have seen so much crossover, especially between Ace and South Boston. I don't know. Haven't seen it in recent years. Maybe this year's the year, though.
Yeah, one could hope.
Jason Weber says that as a fan, he notices that people always leave after the big race. And in his opinion, sometimes the slower division like the U cars put on great shows. Well, I can go ahead and tell you, for Franklin County, that is 100% the case. I don't care how good the late model race is. I don't care how good the mini stock race is. The stock fours are probably going to show them up 99.9% of the time. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the rules. I don't know if it's the drivers in it, the cars. I don't know what it is, but that is the case. If they got 6 cars or they got 16 cars, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, well, it's basically pack racing now. You kind of figured it out with your rules there this past year. It looked like Daytona out there. They was all nose to tail.
It did. But the thing about it is the racing was great last year, and I'm not discounting it in any way, but the racing was great the year before.
Yeah.
And the year before that, especially 2022, 2023, and 2024 was pretty exceptional for those divisions.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I'm not sure Kent Chrisley's ready for the bikini.
Well, there went that ride. No, I'm not going to South Boston.
Jeez, man.
I mean, a man can't even wear a bikini anymore. What kind of world do we live in?
I don't know. Josh Hinchee wants to know if we've seen Wes and Daryl putting that motor together.
I guess Daryl's a turncoat. He done changed team.
Listen, Daryl's been Team West for a long time. Y'all just ain't figured that out, okay?
I've tried to talk him out of it.
I mean, he is definitely underneath his shirt every week. It says Givens Speed Shop, okay?
Unfortunately.
Just saying. John Campbell wants to know if Mini Cup racing is still around, and various places, yeah, they have some Mini Cups. The Virginia Mini Cup division or series is still around. Not much, especially at Franklin County, this area, not much at all. They were great though, man. When I took over Franklin County in 2013, man, dude, we had 20 plus cars every week in the mini cups. They look like the stock fours. They beat, bang, wrecked, flipped. I mean, they did a little bit of everything. They were exceptional. And then they just faded off.
That's my one regret, is that I never got to see a mini cup race.
Well, maybe you still can. Apparently, Kent Chrisley doesn't want you to wear the bikini. He would like to see you in your birthday suit. That's what I take.
What I'm getting out of that, with a little winky face.
I'm not really sure.
Never mind. I don't need a ride, buddy.
And I'm not sure if Christina Maggard is responding to Kent Chrisley's comment or to the fact that Daryl has given Speed Shop underneath his shirt there every week. I'm not sure which one that is.
Probably both.
Listen, I heard a good rumor. Maybe you can tell me whether it's true or not, okay? I heard that Wes is going to be the tech guy. He's not going to be racing this year at Franklin County. Any
I'd
truth
love
to that?
to see it. I'd love to see it. As long as it's stock appearing, you're good.
yeah. Christina Maggard said both. So, yeah. John Co wants to know if Kent's feeling okay. I don't really want to know what he's feeling, to be honest with you. So
he's feeling a lot, apparently.
Or maybe he's trying to feel a lot come Saturday.
He's trying to feel something, man.
That's right. That's right.
Nice try, Giddy.
We are past the hour mark. We better get ourselves out of here before we get ourselves in trouble, because it is definitely derailing the further we go down these comments. Okay.
That's usually how it goes.
All right. So no South Boston for you, because you can't find anybody to allow you to drink some Pepsi. So that's unfortunate. So you'll be watching it on.
Now I'm scared Kent is going to try something, so I definitely ain't going with him.
Yeah, Lauren Yoder said the only reason Wes would do tech would be to learn all the ways he can cheat. I don't think he needs to learn much more there, but I just don't think so. And yeah, he's John Co said that he's had too much sugar.
What kind of sugar?
I don't want to know. He was walking around with you this past week, so I'm not sure. Chris Shepard says he's the best flagger around, but he's done quit. I've heard that he's not flagging. He's trying to race. I don't even know what's going on.
Well, don't quit on it. Ain't that a shame?
John Co hopes you leave the dusty dogs at home. So
I'm not the one that brought the dusty dogs.
Listen, they went in the concession Saturday at Ararat. And, if you leave one of those grills, grill tops, for a long time, they get rusty, Yeah. They said we were going to have rusty dogs instead of dusty dogs.
Rusty dogs.
Lord of mercy. All right. That'll do it. I'm at Ararat this weekend. I guess you're going to be sitting at home watching South Boston not working at Franklin County. So.
At least I can watch it now.
Hey, at least you can tell us about it come Tuesday next week. I had to remember what day it is that we record on. So, all right. That's episode 52. It's in the books. We're out of here. Thanks to Yoder's Custom Meat Processing. We're out. Episode 52 in the books. See ya.
Bing bong.